Good morning. Welcome back to What's Up Wednesday. Today I gotta sit and not walk, so we'll see. We'll see how my brain handles that. Uh, let's see. Yeah, just the nanny situation today is why I'm working from home this morning. So, um, let's see. We have a couple new songs out. That's what's up. Released Regenerative Ag this Monday, and then The Yeti Lives in the Himalayas last Monday. The Yeti Lives in the Himalayas is sick. Love that one. Regenerative Ag is also very cool. It's got kind of an eerie vibe. Yeah, so I'm excited about those. I have barely promoted them just because I don't want to. Yeah. We'll see how that goes. I mentioned early on that this channel, like the goal of What's Up Wednesday, is to kind of talk about my marketing endeavors and my multimedia processes and stuff like that. And so, yeah, part of that is I want to talk about my marketing endeavors as they happen, and my past marketing endeavors and see how well they've done. And the bummer is I just have not really been in the mood to market anything. So lately, the last few episodes, morning, have not covered a whole lot of marketing stuff. But I can talk about some previous marketing endeavors, and I could talk about the state of these guys with minimal marketing endeavors a little bit, and we could see what we can learn from that. Also, I want to follow up. Last week I mentioned that I was doing an Osprey gig. Really cool. I did the Osprey gig. It was super fun. Incredible opportunity. Yeah, they flew me down to Durango to camp with them for a couple of days. Amazing opportunity to do something I really love in a really cool place with really cool people. The people were awesome. It was great fun hanging out and get paid for the whole thing. So that was amazing. The bummer about it is that the backpacks we were modeling don't come out until next spring. So, yeah, I'm not allowed to share any pictures or videos that include the backpack until next spring. And so that's pretty much all the pictures and videos. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but I'm excited to see them next spring. I haven't even really seen them yet. I think there are some really cool photos, and hopefully I'll be on like a poster in REI or something, and that'd be cool. Yeah, so that was really fun. Great opportunity. Also, probably some interesting marketing lessons to learn there. That they're setting up all this visual content. They've got a product ready to release. Basically, they might have to do a little more testing, but they have a product basically ready to release now, and they are just building the ad campaign for it almost an entire year in advance. So, speaking of marketing know-how, marketing tactics, yeah, that is not what I've been doing with my marketing. I think when I started out, I would give myself like 3 months to set up a marketing plan. But now I finish a song and schedule it to release in like 2 weeks because I just like getting it out the door. But that's an interesting potential thing to learn from. Not totally sure yet. Because the other thing is, I know making music, I think, falls into the category of content creation. And I know that the various algorithms tend to reward posting regularly more than a big push, you know? More than posting a lot in like a burst. And so, yeah, every time I release a song, including these last 2 songs, I'll do like 3 posts in a day. Like, I'll do a reel saying like, "Whoa, new song, check it out," and then I'll post the album art, with like a caption saying new song, check it out. And then maybe I'll find a third thing to post that's like a little story behind the song or something. And sorry, I'm tired today. And yeah, Instagram doesn't really reward that. I think I think the various algorithms don't really care about that. Uh, I also think honestly I've been posting some low quality content. I think part of this Osprey trip kind of reminded me of that the Instagram I used to engage with has some really high quality content of just pictures of the people being outdoors and like just beautiful scenic landscapes and well edited and like high fidelity photos. And I haven't. Uh, First of all, I haven't gotten that content on my Instagram feed in years. Now Instagram just shows me like garbage reels, um, and so I don't know what I did to deserve that Instagram algorithm, but it's probably because the garbage reels are more addictive, and that's what I end up actually looking at more. And then the other side of that is I haven't posted stuff like that in years because I thought that side of Instagram kind of died and didn't exist anymore, but maybe it's just like it's still out there and people still look at it and watch it. I'm just not engaging with it. I don't know, and it did kind of remind me. I think there is some serious merit to visual quality in your stuff, which feels silly for a music channel. And when I'm trying to advertise music stuff, I'm like, why do I need to focus on visuals? Like, the album art's good. What more do you want? But I think there's some serious power in visuals. I'm starting to think that there's some serious power in visuals, and I need to really step up my visual game. Like, make some music videos, make some reels that are actually like really cool, but also just like technically good. Like high resolution videos, good color editing, good all the things, you know. Anything that makes a visual project good, which the bummer is I don't know any of that, and I have not really dabbled in videos so much. So that'll be a whole new learning process to me. I'm starting to see why you can't really say you've tried in the music industry until you've tried for 10 years is the case, because man, there's so many things to learn, which makes it fun. But yeah, so good visual content, something I need to step up my game on, I think. What else was I saying? So we've got got those songs out. I kind of didn't do any real marketing push for them. I posted on Instagram. That's really it. And they're doing about as well as I would expect with that scenario. I've got some friends and family who listen to them, and that's it. But I'm kind of unbothered by it at this present moment. I think I just wanted to make some songs and get them out there for myself and just like for the fun of it in this moment. And I've released some albums to date, and that's fun. And I do a bigger marketing push for those because I want those to be like kind of a bigger deal. Yeah, but a couple new singles. I don't feel a whole need to do a lot of work for, even though I think the singles are cool. I think kind of with this Osprey campaign lurking in the back of my head, and lately I've been listening to a lot of albums instead of the like playlists on shuffle. I've been going like front to back in albums, and I really love a good, high quality, like cohesive album where each song transitions into the next one really nicely, and where there's kind of an arc of mood through the whole album. Um, maybe you start out with some faster songs, and then you get like a slower section in the middle, and then it ramps back up. Um, just like the same kind of path you follow through a song where there's like it comes in swinging, and then you have verse, chorus, and then there's a bridge where it slows down and brings the level back down before it comes up again for the big final chorus. Uh, Good albums do the same thing where it's like, not verse, chorus, but like high energy, a little change up on the energy, but like still kind of in the same vibe, and then you do that again, like high energy, change up, but still kind of in the same vibe, and then you do basically a bridge where like you'll have a slow song or two, or a different vibe, before you bring it back into the same vibe for like your last couple big hitters. And I like love listening through that, and I think it's a really cool project when somebody has strung all that together and made something really cohesive and impressive and valuable. And yeah, with this Osprey campaign in mind, I'm kind of thinking like it might be about time for me to. I think kind of musically, I've gotten enough practice under my belt where the next project I release, I can make many high quality songs and string them together in that way thoughtfully, and actually like write an album, and do and set up like a larger ad campaign for it with good visual content and stuff, all being released very intentionally and like planned a year in advance. So I think that'll be cool, but I'm not going to start that this summer. I think that might be a next summer kind of endeavor. Yeah, that's kind of where my head's at with making more music in the near term. I think I'll keep releasing singles because I enjoy releasing singles, but I think it might be time. I've always kind of assumed at some point when I'm feeling more confident, I will do something like that. And like these first many years of making music are just kind of practice towards like how do I compose a song, how do I like talk to people in the industry and all the things. And I've been doing that for 6 years now, and I think maybe 7 years. And yeah, I think it might be time to start building towards something very solid. I think around the 10-year mark is when I expect that to happen, but it might to do something that good might take like a 3-year process. So it might be time to start spinning on that. Anyways, that's what's up this Wednesday. Is there anything else up this Wednesday? I just sent a couple stems over to get mixed from a studio. Just decided I don't think I'm gonna have time to do those myself. And with the Osprey gig, I came into enough money to get a song mixed. So gonna go ahead and do that, save myself some effort, and get a higher quality song out of it. Yeah. I don't know if there's much else up. Marketing campaigns I've done before that I've considered for these last 2 songs that I just released is really just pitching to playlists. I think these 2 songs would do very well in playlist pitches. Having pitched lots of songs for playlists, I feel like I've got to read for that, and I think these 2 would actually do decently. And so if I wanted to do any pushing of these songs, that would be the direction I would push, I think. One of the things I got to talk to the marketing team at Osprey, because that's who was doing the photo shoot, and they had a couple little tidbits of marketing wisdom that they weren't like trying to impart on me. I just like was noticing, and one of them was that it's good to have multiple avenues of marketing. If you're going to do a successful marketing campaign, you want your product to get in front of people multiple times in multiple different ways in a short period of time. Um, and so I think historically I've kind of, with each project, done like one marketing campaign to try to learn how well each marketing campaign does. That was actually a very focused thing I did. I think with my early stuff, I blasted out a bunch of different avenues of advertising, like paid for some meta ads and like did the playlist pitching and like made music videos and like all the things, and blasted that out. And then, the songs did all right, but I didn't really have a good grasp on what was working and what wasn't, because there were, I tried a dozen different things and got some results, but I don't know what correlated to which of the dozen different things. So it's hard to know what to invest in next time. And so since then, I've kind of been doing one thing at a time, and you see worse results there for sure. But I'm starting to think that kind of all of them are roughly just as good. I don't know that there's any marketing campaign that's like it, make it or break it, and any others that like completely are valueless. It seems like all of them kind of have the same level of return from what I've experienced in my limited investment. Um, but I'm starting to think that the way to do a proper successful marketing campaign is to have a very multimedia approach and try to do that original technique of having a dozen different avenues of marketing and trying to get them all to land kind of at the same time, in the same place, on the same people, to get people listening to your music. So yeah, maybe that's why the next big project will need a full year of planning. Yeah. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. That sounds like a lot of work. For now, happy Wednesday. I'll see you next week.